What's going on, my beat builders? It's a great day to be alive. I'm back with another sync update. Now, this is probably one of my favorite series. And if you're new to the channel, I try to give a sync update about being really transparent about how much I make, the kind of placements I get, because I want you to have a realistic picture of what you can make with sync licensing. I know not just with this industry, a lot of people they get funny about showing their money. And I get it. You don't want to make people jealous or feel some type of way, but that's just our own feelings. Money is neither good or bad. It's just how you see it. So hopefully this will give you a more transparent way of thinking in your sync journey, thinking if this is too low or too much, or the reality that you may face with your own money if you're getting frustrated, if you have placements and you're not making enough, just to see someone else kind of in the same boat, it kind of feels good sometimes. So let's get to how much I made. Drum roll, you can see right next to me in the top corner, over $1,300. Yes, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's on par with my other domestic royalty statements. Of how much I make. So you can't beat that. 1,300. If we look at the circle, they show most of the money comes from cable TV, which if you're getting into sync, most of your placements probably will come from a blanket cable TV license. That's just what the majors do. They have a blanket license that they do so they can play all the shows and pay all the people who play music on the shows. I always like to point out too, if we look right at the performance period, you can see this is actually from 2023. So if we look at the months, 10, 2023 and 12, 2023, you don't get paid the same as the things air. You always get paid in the rear. That's just how things, they have to catch up with all the paperwork and stuff like that. So that's what I'm getting paid for those 2 months. And that's not bad for a couple months of earnings. It's just the crazy part. I had to wait to 2024 in July to receive the money. Now, if we move to top works, we can see the things that make the most money. Player Living Large, creep up on them. Now, if you've been following the series, like this Player Living Large, creep up on them, Big Baller, Dark Trips, these have been putting in some work. And I've made these beats in 2018 and 2017. And they still are putting in work, man. And they don't even sound that great, but they've been working for shows, new shows and old shows. So you can't beat that. So when people want to get into sync licensing, this is the dream they have, that they can make something once and they can keep paying them. I get it. It's very attractive to do something. So let's go on the top earner, Player Living Large. So we look at the number of plays it took to get $166, over 1,000 plays. So you're like, that's not bad. Now, you would get more money for less plays if this played on, let's say, a network like ABC or NBC. But since it's just a blanket TV license, it takes more plays to get a pay. Let's go back. And here are just more breakdowns of the different works, of how much stuff got paid. Let me go back to the main page. We got the performance categories. Again, if you look at the top, cable TV, almost 1,000. You got additional categories. No, I did get a ABC network placement. Let's see what that is. Unrivaled talent. So for unrivaled talent, I got $25. Now let's see how many plays it took to get that $25. Woo! Now look at that. If we look right here at number of plays, how much that say? One play. One play. $25. See, and I didn't even plan a video like that. I didn't think I got any network placements, but this worked out perfectly. So you can see how much more a network plays. So imagine if this played more on a network. So if this played 4 times, Or let's say if this played 6 times, $150, I would outmatch almost what I made in that top works, which was $166, almost close to it with only 6 plays. So if you think about this too, you know, we have the whole debate about music streaming. And one play barely even gets you a penny on these streaming platforms. But this one play got me $25. That's why I love the sync game. But at the same time, it's a love-hate relationship. Let me show you the hate part of the relationship. So this is what I got paid in July. But if I go to my statements and look at the other pays, the last time I got paid, look at that right here, this line right here, was the 5th month. So what's that? January, February, March, April, May. May. Yeah, I still count on my fingers. I can't count that well. But May, that was the last time I got paid my international royalties. And you can see I only made $190. So you think over 2 months from May to now July, total, I made about $1,400. That's not a lot to live on. That's why I like to show these numbers, because I've never claimed that I was making a full-time income from sync. And if I don't ever make a full-time income from sync, I'm kind of okay with that, right? I've been used to working another job, and it allows me to do other things that I'm passionate about and not have to focus 100% on sync licensing. Now, if I just happen to get one big theme song and it start paying me like 10 grand a month, then I'm definitely going to quit my part-time job. But for right now, the part-time job is paying. I got 2 part-time jobs. They're paying the bills. And this money that I get, I invest back into my business especially now starting the DJ stuff, trying to do things like that. So getting equipment, this $1,000, I probably buy me a couple of speakers. But this is the bad part about it. You don't get paid every month, right? Like, look at the trend. Even if we go further back, so January, domestic, I got that big payday. February, low payday. Then I had to wait to April, May. So you can see how you don't necessarily get paid every month. So that's one thing you just have to keep about with royalties. Now, depending on what kind of contracts you sign, you may get upfront money. You may be able to get paid every month, but it's probably not realistic. Now, let's go and finish up with the top series. Catfish, Catfish has been putting in work, man. That's been like a top earner since I've started seeing Catfish. Second place, $1 Million Listing LA, Celebrity Prank Wars, Love and Hip Hop, they've been a big earner. So that's where most of the money comes from. Now let's check out some placements. Let's see. So if we so for July, I've got 4 new placements. Got one in People Magazine, Killing of Linda Sobek. I got Diabolical placement, another Diabolical season 2, and then some, I haven't even heard of this show, but The Real Housewives of Potomac. Where is that at? Where is Potomac? I don't know, but obviously they got some housewives. And so that was just the main things I got for July. So what do you think? Does this give you a more realistic picture, especially if you're new to the channel or sync licensing, about what you can earn? Again, I make these videos to try to be transparent and help you get a realistic picture, because if I never had mentioned this stuff, you may believe that I'd make a full-time income with sync licensing. And you might think that of other creators. If they don't tell you it, they might not be trying to hide it, but they just might not tell you that they're not actually making a full-time income. And we just assume that this is a way to make a full-time income. Just like if you want to be a music producer, you would assume your goal is to be full-time. But I'm a testament, you don't have to be full-time, and your age is not that big of a factor. I know I'm still young. I'm 40. I'm still young, but if you look at compared to like the rap game, I would be old if I started a rap career. Now, I probably could still produce records for people being older, but this way with sync licensing, I can stay behind the scenes, and all that matters is that my music fits the scene. So let me know in the comments what more things you want to see about sync updates so I can help you further along in your journey. But while you're thinking about that too, make sure to check out one of these videos.